everything might not be fun.
The politicians keep saying, why is our healthcare system so expensive? And like, duh.
How does that make any sense? We'll figure it out.
This is the thing, I'm just getting totally unhinged now, and I don't know what to do. Hey, so we're going on a run, and we're doing this before the run today.
Yeah.
And behind us is a marijuana dispensary in our town, a mile from our house.
Right.
And I've been in it actually, and it's kind of really nice.
It's run by a friend of mine actually.
Run by a friend. You go in and they tell you, help you on a journey, and they're gonna show you some stuff that you could use. So we wanted to talk a little about medical marijuana, which is interesting. It's now legal in Maryland. It's been legal for 3 years, but it took until January to get it up and running. And I prescribed it a lot. I've already given it a lot to older people, of all things.
Yeah, the experience is that depending on what it is that you have going on, whether it's chronic pain, inability to sleep, loss of appetite, whatever variety of ailments you have, they have a little chart there that suggests which product might be best for you.
And it's interesting, as a doctor, guess what I have to prove to the state for me to be able to prescribe it? Guess what I have to go through to get my license to prescribe this stuff?
I have no idea.
I just have to give them my name.
Okay.
I don't have to understand anything about it. I'm qualified to give you medical marijuana if I give you my name.
Well, I know that these guys, they have one of the founders is a doctor.
Right.
And has credentials, but I know that is not a requirement.
No, this is the only one in the state that is a doctor, and it's an obstetrician. So not really someone who...
Not an internist.
Not a pain doctor or orthopedist, yeah, nothing like that. So you don't have to have any nurses in there or anything, but they do have to go through courses. Whereas me, to prescribe it, I don't have to. And when I prescribe it, I just write what it's for, but it's up to these guys to determine what you're gonna get.
And how much and how often?
How much, how often, what form. So okay, so what is this stuff used for? So there are basically two components of medical marijuana. One is called CMB, and one is called THC.
Okay.
So if you're going like the streets of Baltimore, you're looking for THC, because that's the stuff that gets you high.
What's the stuff that makes you paranoid?
That can make you paranoid.
Okay.
It can make you high, paranoid, mellow. That's what you're an ultimate frisbee player, so that's what they're looking for.
That's what they were looking for.
That's what they were looking for. And THC is what these guys call brain stimulating, but what most people call high. So what is THC good for? First of all, I haven't given a lot of older people THC, but what it is really good for is appetite and sleep. And maybe in people with dementia, maybe it'll calm them down a little bit. It's very possible it could just, if they're real agitated, it could calm them down.
But the studies are weak on this?
Studies are terrible. If you look at the big sites online, they say there's no good data. I mean, there are articles in New England Journal and big places, but they're little articles, not long term. So a lot of people say, what are the side effects? And we know short-term side effects, which are minimal to nothing. So for THC, I'm really wary of it to older people. Now, one of the flaws of the system is I could write no THC on my prescription, and these guys can give THC. They don't have to listen to my prescription at all.
Okay.
So I tell my patients, you got to be scared of THC if you're old, because who knows, it might make you fall, it might make you a little, more confused. We don't know.
Yeah.
So I get nervous about it.
What is the other one?
The other one's called CMB.
Okay.
CMB does not make you high at all. And they have plants and products that they offer that are 100% CMB. You don't have to get any THC.
Yeah, they separate it out, right?
They grow it through genetic engineering. It's really cool.
Oh, I thought it was a chemical thing after the fact.
You can grow a plant that's all CMB.
Okay.
By just doing genetic engineering. Same way you get an orange without seeds. You just keep getting more plants with a lot of CMB, and you mate them with each other until it gets more and more CMB. So it's virtually no THC. Okay. So CMB is really cool because it's a strong anti-inflammatory. Right. And it's great pain relief.
Which is probably why my frisbee playing friends all used it exclusively.
Did they use it exclusively? I would guess they would use both. They want both parts.
It was the old days. They would burn it. So
it's whatever they got.
Whatever they got, yeah.
So CMB has...
I'm saying that's their excuse.
That's their excuse, right. But CMB has almost no side effects, short term. You know, some people get diarrhea, rare. Some people get a little tired, rare. But really good side effect profile. And what studies have shown is people who are in a lot of pain and are on narcotics, if they go on this stuff, they can get off their narcotics.
They have a lot of success stories here about that. The tour that I took with my friend, he was telling a bunch of stories about people that were on opiates that managed to get completely off of it.
Right. I've seen it. I've given patients this and they've gotten off their narcotics.
Yeah.
And they feel good, doesn't give you a high, their pain's relieved. Also, anti-inflammatories like Motrin are dangerous. And we have people on those medicines.
Right.
They can get off those medicines. So I think it's kind of interesting to use it for pain. And not only pain, but it might help with things like Parkinson's, with migraines, with seizures. Studies are ongoing. Really interesting stuff. You think about seizures, the medicines are terrible for that. So what the heck? Why not give it a try?
Yeah.
That's what I've said. I try CMB on anyone who's willing because I think it's actually pretty safe. And it's kind of interesting that in our body, we have receptors for cannabis, which is this stuff. We actually have receptors built into our body.
I guess the long-term studies are informal and anecdotal in that there's so many people that have been on it for so long.
Exactly.
And there hasn't been any big
Not that we know about.
It's pretty
allegedly.
It's pretty low risk.
Yeah, it seems to be low risk. I don't know if you give THC and you go driving. I don't know. Again, with CMB, I consider the risk almost non-existent. So I'm happy to give it.
I know states are going crazy trying to figure out a test for.
They are. We don't have a test to tell if you're.
Yeah.
Any test you have on it means you used it for 30 days. So we don't know if you just used it.
Right.
So it's a shame. So how do you use this stuff? You don't. Here's a really good thing too, especially if you're 85 years old, like people I gave it to. You don't have to smoke it. And by the way, I want to just say off the bat, I've never used this stuff ever in my life. I don't even know what it smells like. So I don't try my own medicines. I've never tried it. Although I'd be willing to try CMB because I'm injured all the time. I would be willing to try that.
And I never have also, and I can't.
Yeah, and you can't.
Line of work done.
Exactly. So we're like, you know, we're not pot people, but it's interesting. Yeah, we know people. Yeah. So you don't smoke it necessarily. You can get an oil you can put in your mouth like a tincture. You can get a patch you can put on your body once a day. Change it.
That one seems to be popular.
Very popular. That's the one I've given out. Yeah. You can get creams you can rub on you.
Right.
A certain amount. That's CMB. That's for the pain stuff. Really easy to use. Yeah. Pop on a patch, you're done.
And then there's no edibles in Maryland, but there are in places that allow recreational?
Right, no edibles, but they'll give you the weed, and you can put it in whatever you want.
Okay.
And with THC, they had an interesting product in here. They had a drink that you take for sleep. You just take a little sip of it and go to sleep. And you might have some crazy dreams, but again, it helped people get off sleeping medicines that we know are bad for you.
Right.
Like Ambien and Ativan, we know are bad. So is this any worse? I don't know. I think it's a reasonable thing to try.
Hard to imagine it's worse.
It's hard to imagine. So that's what we got. And there's more research going on. I just think it's a really interesting, novel thing that people can try. I think it's worth talking to your doctor. I'm a doctor who can prescribe it. A lot of doctors can't, but if they just write their name down, they can prescribe it.
Oh yeah, that is registered.
And I've read a lot about it. I've read books about it and articles about it. So I feel like I could help people navigate what to do. But again, it's a new area, and we're learning about it. But anything's better than pharmaceutical drugs. Like, this is a pretty regulated industry, and the drugs put out by pharmaceutical companies, how are they any better? They're awful. So I'm willing to give this kind of stuff a try.
Sounds good.
Okay, off to the run. Hey, so if you're equally annoyed by our dysfunctional healthcare system and all the garbage you're being fed, then give me an email, log on to my website, which is listed down here. Let me know what you want me to talk about, and I'll just keep feeding you information, and we'll discuss this and hopefully make some changes. See you later.